Move back, move back, move back. Chair.
How do you lot think having a relationship with your father, or not having a relationship with your father, affects your relationship with the opposite sex?
I don't know, it's weird. Personally for me, I don't think it affected my relationship with the opposite sex until I was about 17, 18, when I actively like in my element in terms of like talking to girls and sort of, you know what I mean? Before, I never talked to my dad about women. I would only see how he treated my mother, which was good. But coming up in the sort of the kind of culture that a lot of young boys are growing up in anyway, the views that we have about women, like it goes against that whole respect and sort of thing. So
I say, in a way, it has, not totally, because he was there for the formative years of my life. So I did have a dad. I know how a man's love is supposed to feel and how he's supposed to care for his children, care for his wife. I think towards the end of my parents' marriage, where he got really nasty and bitter, and I saw the way he just changed completely, tried to break my mum down, break her confidence and spirit. So from that, I've always felt like I don't want to give myself 100% to a man that will hurt me in the way that he's hurt her.
Conduct, basically.
yeah.
So it's like basically you can go and approach him. You felt, or at that age when you were 17, 18, you thought you can go and approach him. And on top of that, you looked at how he treated your mum.
Yeah.
And then you applied that to your own relationship with women.
Yeah.
I won't say I have trust issues, but I am a bit held back. So, and plus, like, for me, I feel like I don't need to beg a man. I don't need a man to be with me. Like, do you mean I'm actually quite confident on my own. Like, I don't need to be those girls that go chasing for a guy and then they have to sit on their line and they clingy. Like, that's not me. I don't have the time. What about you?
Never had that sit-down conversation with my dad about, oh, you know what, do this with me, do that. But he taught me patience. You need patience. Because sometimes I wanted to slump my sister, slump her. My dad would tell me that you have to actually, like, if I calm down, you have to calm down. Especially when you get older as well, because one thing that he told me that was essential is when you have kids, you're bigger than your wife, you're louder than your wife, you're scarier than your wife. So if you have an argument, the child's not going to know who's wrong or right. All they're going to see is that you're flaring up, you're big, and instantly they're going to think that you're the aggressor, even if the wife is the one that threw the steel over you because you left your sock in the bathroom or something stupid, like some nonsense excuse. So it all comes down to just patience.
Comfort and like attention from other people, from other guys, especially like when I was a teenager. I went through like a proper bad phase in it. Like everybody else was getting boyfriends or guys like them. I was the one that got liked once every 3 years.
You're not the only one, you know.
So when that happened, when a guy did like me, I would like latch onto that very quickly. And even till today, it's not like that now, but even when like I am with a guy, I become very
Clingy.
not clingy to the sense that I'm proper stalking you or nothing, but like I'm trying to like kind of hold on to like some attention.
Because even with me, like Anthony said, I take on certain elements where I can look at how my dad treats my mum. So say for example, like there's an argument or a debate, if it's going over his head, it doesn't make any sense, just walk away and like, you know what, just let her win, just give it to her, just give her the victory. Because at the end of the day, if you keep on having them arguments, nothing's going to progress. Like eventually it's going to lead to some kind of destruction or disintegration. So with me, he's definitely helped me because I can see how he is, not only with my mum, but my sisters as well. So if I have a situation with my sister, like, especially when I was young, like primary school, that's when I can say, yeah, I was a hothead one time. So especially when wrestling was active, wrestling moves with my sisters and stuff like that. And then my sister would be crying and then my dad would be like, oh, obviously that's not, you shouldn't do that. But he placed emphasis that she's a girl. Because if I was doing that with my male cousins, he won't say anything because a male body can handle it. I had struggled to differentiate between male and female in terms of like what they can enjoy and what they can take. They didn't want me to go to the playground and start throwing girls all over the place. That doesn't make any sense as well. So even little things like that, and also as I've got older, it's like, I'll say things like fleetingly to my sister thinking, it's nothing, she can just take that. But I don't know, she can go to her room and cry and be upset. My dad would be like, well, why did you say that to her? Because you don't know, like, you saying that to your sister can hurt your sister, she can carry that for her life. Because everyone's got their own insecurities, but you don't want your own brother to add to those insecurities. That definitely helped me in that sense.
What made you realise that guys not being emotional like,
wasn't normal? Because sometimes you'll see like your friends' relationships, or even though like what you see on TV is not like, you know, necessarily real, but there's some element truth to it, and it's like, oh, that's nice, like your friends, Valentine's Day, go cards, go out, birthday, they'll go on holiday. Esther was getting Fredo, do you know what I mean? Like,
nah, Esther, come on.
Okay, maybe not Fredo.
I think going off the back of what you said, like the idea that women like hold on to things a lot more than men, especially.
Yeah.
Like, it's at times when, especially if you have sisters or if you have a lot of like female cousins or female influences in the house, it's really difficult as guys. Do you feel like you can say on anything and that they will be able to handle it or they'll be able to take it? And I've had to learn over time that that's not the way that it can be. I mean, there's almost like you have to kind of live with a filter at times, where you have to kind of know that sometimes silence is golden, and sometimes you just have to, like you said, walk away from the situation because there's no point aggravating it or saying anything. Sometimes you just have to kind of just listen, because that's what a lot of women want. And that's one of the main things that I've learned being in the house, especially with my dad. Sometimes, as much as my mum will kind of shout, rant and rave, or say whatever she has to say, he's just been patient throughout it and just kind of just listened to what she had to say and just added in when he felt like he needed to, rather than kind of saying, oh, this and that and the other. I mean, that's one of the main things that I've taught from it.
Ice bucket challenge.
Ice bucket.